Most everyone is happy to see spring arrive after the cold and snowy winter we just had. The mountains had a banner year, not just the big resorts, but even smaller hills like Beartown and Beekmantown, which opened more than 40 days this winter, for them a record. Long before the Whiteface or Gore resorts of today with their snowmaking, just about every town in the Adirondacks had a small community-owned or family-run ski area. Only a handful remain today. And as more vanish into the landscape, a historian and author has spent several years researching and documenting these pieces of Adirondack history before they fade forever into the past. Most of the visitors drawn to Lion Mountain come to hike the new state-run trail to the summit. But on this early spring day, Jeremy Davis and his friend Kevin Pappenfuss wander off the beaten path in search of a trail long ago hidden by a generation of spring and summer seasons.
It's amazing when you look at how many trees have grown in here.
And less than 100 yards into the woods, they discover the treasure they were searching for.
That's actually a T right there, the T-bar, that hook. You can see part of the actual T-bar itself, the carrier, that hook there, that someone's taken that off, or it's broken off, or a long time ago that's gone. So that's there, and then right up the lift line there, you can see some more of the T's actually hanging.
This giant, rusting tower of steel was the base of a ski lift that towed skiers up this mountain a half-century ago.
It was 40 years ago this last ran, which is pretty amazing. It's been sitting here for 40 years.
And surprising that after all these years, it's still here.
And it's also extremely rare, too, that you'd see a whole intact lift not sold off or taken away for scrap. So it's amazing, almost a miracle that this is still here.
It's long forgotten relics like this Hall ski lift that Jeremy Davis, a meteorologist by profession, has spent years hunting down on overgrown hillsides and mountaintops across the Adirondacks in New England.
You can imagine a line of skiers coming down here and then an operator and then loading them up and having them go right up the slope here. Very cool.
Jeremy has collected and posted hundreds of stories and photos on his website, and he's written 3 books and is working on a 4th coming out this summer that tell the stories of these ski areas lost to time.
It's a rare gem.
Including this lift that used to be Lowenberg Mountain, a resort planned for Lion Mountain in the 60s and early 70s that never got off the ground.
And they were going to have a few thousand vertical feet here, at least over 2,000. They were going to have about a dozen chairlifts and 50, 60 trails and house sites on the water and chalets. And this would have been a huge, huge resort. But it just seems that financially they couldn't do it and the investment didn't work and they went bankrupt and they never were able to succeed. So all they got in here was this T-bar and part of the lift line for a double chair that never got put in. It's a great mystery to solve. What happened here? What's left? How did it develop? What was it like when it was open? What if this had succeeded? This whole place here could have been like going to like Okemo or Killington or something.
Yeah. Jeremy's book on lost ski areas in the southern Adirondacks features several dating back to the 30s and 40s around Schroon Lake, Ticonderoga, and Lake George, where Prospect Mountain built the very first overhead cable ski tow in 1938. Davis is now working on 30 or so more from across the northern Adirondacks for his 4th book, including Marble Mountain on the backside of Whiteface, which in the days before the Whiteface of today was the premier ski area in the High Peaks.
1948 through about 1960. And here's the Memorial Highway up here, and it was a pretty big place. And Whiteface of today is over here on this side of the mountain. You can see the cement starting to crumble.
For Jeremy, what started as a hobby has turned into a quest to record these pieces of Adirondack history before they disappear forever.
Yeah, a lot of them have been forgotten. Some of them have been forgotten for a very long time. They were rope tows that were in the 30s and 40s that have been gone and abandoned now for 70, 80 years. So even people there aren't even many people that even remember some of the first ski areas. If they were just kids maybe, but that's about it. There's a lot of these areas are really fading away. So one of my goals is to make sure that that doesn't occur, that we can document them and record them right now while there's still some people that might remember these areas, have their memories to share, put it in a book form, put it on my website, so that these areas are never forgotten about, because they are an important historical part of the Adirondacks.
Look for Jeremy's book on the lost ski areas of the northern Adirondacks later this summer. For more on his 3 other books, and if you'd like to share memories and photos of your favorite old ski area in New York or New England, you can visit Jeremy's website at nelsap.org. You'll find a link on our website. And you can watch our extended interview with Jeremy Davis on our website at mountainlake.org.